What's going on, guys? Kieran here, and welcome to my YouTube channel and my first ever video. I'll be dedicating this channel to everything health and fitness, well-being, and self-improvement related, including hair loss and hair loss prevention. So you may be wondering why I'm including hair loss prevention, especially right now as I'm bald. Well, this is actually a choice. I am in the process. I'm actually, by the time this video goes out, I will have completed my Tough Mudder, but I am in the process of training for a Tough Mudder, of which I'm raising money for children with cancer. And as part of that, I have shaved my head to support the charity. Um, However, once I finish that race, I will be growing my hair back. So I actually had a hair transplant myself as I suffer from male pattern baldness. I had that 4 years ago now, and hopefully I can share my knowledge to others that are suffering, and hopefully teach them the strategies and hair loss prevention techniques that I have used to help maintain my healthy hair. So a bit about me. I've recently set up my own online body transformation coaching service. This is because fitness and exercise have always been a big part of my life, and I want to transfer that into helping others improve their mental and physical well-being, their general fitness, strength, weight loss, etc. If you want to see what services I sort of offer, have a look at my TikTok and Instagram, which is at CYAP Fitness, which is CYAPP Fitness. This channel is mainly for my personal enjoyment, I guess. I like researching everything health and fitness and, as I said, hair loss related. And the channel is to hopefully share that knowledge and educate others who need help with certain things. So this is mainly going to be long form content, in which the aim is to educate and help others. So without further ado, let's delve into today's topic, which is I want to discuss is the hair loss cycle, or the hair growth cycle. The hair growth cycle comprises three phases: the anagen phase, the catagen phase, and the telogen phase. The anagen phase is essentially phase one, and this is the active growth phase, during which the hair follicles basically produce new hair shafts. So in your head, you have over 100,000 hair follicles, and that is what basically the root of the hair. The anagen phase typically lasts 2 to 7 years for healthy hairs, and there's a constant process continuously going on over time. Albeit, and I'll discuss that later, that 2 to 7 years can be reduced depending on various factors, mainly hormonally, but other factors as well. The anagen phase determines the length and fullness of the hair, with longer anagen phases resulting in longer hair. Secondly, you have the catagen phase, which is a transitional phase between the anagen and the telogen phase, so stage 1 and stage 3. So this is stage 2, and this is a much shorter phase in comparison to the anagen phase. It typically only lasts 2 to 4 weeks. So during the catagen phase, the hair follicle shrinks and detaches from the blood supply, which results in basically a pause in the active growth phase or the anagen phase. And finally, you have the telogen phase. This is the resting phase of the hair cycle, during which the follicle remains essentially asleep or dormant. And in this phase, the hair follicle or the hair is no longer growing. The hair remains in the follicle, however, it just doesn't grow as it's detached from the blood supply. The telogen phase typically lasts 2 to 4 months, after which the hair follicle re-enters the anagen phase and then begins to produce a new healthy hair. Shedding of the telogen hairs, also known as telogen effluvium, is a very normal part of the hair cycle, and typically results in actually up 50 to 100 hairs lost in a day. So it's quite a substantial amount. However, considering you have over 100,000 hairs, you won't really notice it until you start to see signs of male pattern baldness, which again I'll delve into slightly later and in a bit more detail in another video. It's important to know that the hair growth cycle is a continuous process, with individual follicles going through different stages at different times. So obviously you don't have each hair going through the same phase. So if you did, your hair would constantly all fall out and all grow back at the same time. But because they're in different phases, you won't notice the hair falling out and then regrowing. For example, if all your hairs were in the telogen phase at the same time, you'd lose all your hair, then it would all grow back. whereas because all the hairs are in different phases at different times, you don't actually notice that. The length and phase of the overall duration of the hair cycle can vary depending on factors, particularly hormonal, but there are other things such as age, environmental influences, and genetics. But understanding the hair cycle for me is necessary, particularly when you want to assess your hair health and diagnose any hair loss occurring. Now, how does this relate to permanent hair loss, also known as male pattern baldness or androgenic alopecia? So androgenic alopecia or male pattern baldness is basically the permanent loss of your hair. So when you go bald, you are suffering from male pattern baldness or androgenic alopecia. And this occurs when the hair loss cycle is disrupted. So during male pattern baldness or androgenic alopecia, the follicles, which is the root of the hair, gradually shrinks over time. And this shrinking or miniaturization of the follicle reduces the length of the anagen phase. So where it's typically 2 to 7 years, that can be reduced depending on the severity of your male pattern baldness. So this means that your hair won't grow back as full or as thick from someone who isn't suffering from male pattern baldness or who has healthy hair. So essentially, as the follicle miniaturizes, it just can't produce the thicker, fuller hair in comparison to a strong, healthy follicle. So over time, this obviously speeds up the hair growth cycle phase. So you're having more shedding over time. The hair's going back thinner and thinner until eventually the follicle dies and it cannot produce hair any longer. This type of hair loss is produced predominantly hormonally. Namely the hormone called dihydrotestosterone, also known as DHT, which derives from testosterone. And DHT is essentially what causes the hair follicle to miniaturize. And this ultimately is what results in the male pattern baldness or androgenic alopecia. I will do another video discussing the science behind DHT and how it causes the hair follicle to miniaturize. And any prevention strategies and health treatments that can be utilized to slow down or negate the effects of male pattern baldness. But that being said, I just wanted to do this video to introduce myself, make a quick note on the hair growth cycle. But yeah, I will be doing more videos discussing treatments, and also on hair related content, so fitness, well-being and things like that. So yeah, as mentioned earlier, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok at CAppFitness, like the video, share the video and subscribe if you want to find out more, and yeah, hopefully I can educate a few guys. Thanks for watching.